Hi everyone, Jason here from eGolf. I'm here with Worldwide Golf, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Cleveland CBX irons and the Cleveland HB irons. So both of these clubs I'm really intrigued by, but firstly let's have a look at the CBX iron. And what I'm intrigued by is the fact that they've got quite a lot of their wedge technology and they've moved it into a set of irons, which is quite unique and interesting. What they've done is they've got the V-shaped sole, which we're seeing in the RTX wedges. And what that does is just really helps with turf interaction, as well as it really helps maintain the speed of the club through a variety of different lies with thicker rough and with tight lies as well. So if you just catch it a little bit heavier, they're saying that there's an increase or consistent speed maintained through there because of that V-sole. As well as that, it's a progressive V-sole, so in this clubs that you'll swing a little bit steeper and you'll be bottoming out with a little bit more of a V-shape to your swing, like your pitching wedge, your 9-iron, and maybe even your 8-iron, so your angle of attack's a bit steeper. Those have a slightly sharper V, and as you get to the longer irons where the bottom of your swing should be a little bit more shallow and maybe a bit more U-shaped, they won't be as harsh in terms of the V-shape. So those are really helping with turf interaction, as well as just helping with also launch conditions. The other thing from the wedges that they've brought over is the same groove pattern. So they're using the Tour zip grooves, exactly the same as the RTX 3 wedges, as well as that they're using a double laser milling. What they're really trying to achieve here is to create consistent spins from all sorts of and varieties of lies. So out of the rough, out of the fairway. Now, unfortunately, with both of these, I'm not going to see the true benefit of them today because I'm going to be testing on our simulator and I'm using a mat. But I'll be able to feel it a little bit with the sole and we'll be able to still see the spin numbers. So it'll be a fairly good reflection. The other thing that they brought over from the wedges is this field balance technology, which we saw in the RTX 3 wedges. What they're doing is they're saving quite a bit of weight from the hosel of the golf club, and because of that they're able to redistribute and position weight, and therefore they're putting the center of gravity a lot more into the strike location. So it's really helping with feel unwanted vibrations, and what they're able to do with that is they're able to just the club is a little bit more stable through the hitting area. The second club that I'm going to be reviewing today is the Cleveland Launcher HB. And it's got quite an interesting looking design. This golf club really is about launch and forgiveness. It's got a hollow body construction, and what you're able to do when you create a hollow body construction in a head size like this is you're really able to position the center of gravity as far back from the face as possible. That's really going to help launch the ball, as well as it's really going to help with forgiveness. As well as that, with the hollow body construction, you're able to redistribute and position weight into the heel or into the toe, so you're really positioning the weight in the perimeter of the golf club. Now what that does is it really just stabilizes on off-centered hits. So when you don't find the middle of the club is not going to twist around as much as it would if it was a smaller head and the center of gravity was much closer to the face. So this club is really all about launch and it's all about forgiveness. They've also got a high-strength steel face, which is really going to help with distance as well. So not only is it going to launch really high, but because of this face, we're still able to get some good distance. The loft on this golf club is fairly strong, but I'm pretty sure as I hit it, it just looks like it's going to be so easy to launch. So I'm going to start out by hitting the CBX. I've set it up on a hole at about 175, 176 yards, which is about normal for my 7-iron. So we're going to give it a hit and see how it goes. So as I look down at the shape of this golf club, it's a nice looking golf club. It's got slightly thicker top line, so it does give you a little, inspires that little bit more of confidence. So let me have a look here and see how we go. Okay, that wasn't my best strike, a little bit toey. Okay, not too bad. I mean, that's pretty much maintained the distance I would expect. If you have a look at my numbers, 122 ball speed, that's pretty good for me. Backspin is pretty good for me, especially with a toe strike. I actually, if you've watched any of my other videos, I do tend to spin the ball very low, normally around that, maybe a little bit lower, but certainly got that out of the toe, so I would have expected that to spin a little bit lower. I didn't hit that great, and it's still gone a pretty good distance and pretty forgiving. Okay, so that was a much better strike. Lost a little bit of ball speed though. I think speed was down a little bit. I'm really excited about this golf club because I haven't actually made the best swings there and they've gone really straight. Ball speed was down a little bit, but that was due to club head speed being down a little bit. Spin rate was maybe just a touch down on that one. But as you can see, the shots, I mean, I've hit those. This one's actually pitched pretty close to the flag and not far away, and the first one was not too far away either. So this club is really going pretty straight. Okay, and pretty much the same thing there. Good launch angle on it as well. Spin rates have all been really consistent on these shots. I'm very impressed by this golf club. Club head speed was down a bit. That was actually a pretty good strike. And I've got it out there pretty similar distance. So overall, I'm really impressed by this golf club. One of the other reviewers that I watched that hit this club was actually saying how straight this golf club goes. And I haven't really been playing that much golf, and I've hit 3 shots there that have come out very, very straight. So this golf club is a really forgiving golf club with a club that actually looks really nice. So overall, I'm really impressed by this club. This would be a club I would not be scared to put in my own bag. I've seen the benefits of going to a club that is slightly thicker on the top line and maybe a little bit thicker on the sole. So certainly I wouldn't be scared of the slightly bigger look to that, being a player even that's played blades my whole life. Now I'm going to move on and hit the Launcher HB. As I look at that club, and that's going to be something that you guys are going to have to factor in as you look at a club like this, it has got a thick top line, and you can really see that high bore crown sticking out at the back. So you can really see that sticking out at the back. I've never been a hybrid person, but what I do like about this is this doesn't have any bulge and roll on the face. So it's actually a pretty straight face. So it does make it look like an iron. It just really makes it look like a really forgiving iron. So that's one thing that I do like about this as opposed to that bulge and roll on the face. Okay, so that was an absolute miss hit. I hit that right at the bottom of the face. But I'm surprised it actually still went that far because that was just a complete miss hit. So no need to look at those numbers there. Went pretty straight as well for a miss hit. That was only a couple of yards, or 8 yards left of, or 9 yards left of target there. Okay, so that was a better strike. I've just pulled it a little bit. So my ball speed was a little bit up, but I must say that feel of that golf club was actually a lot better than I thought it would be. It really felt nice off the face. Again, launch and spin, it's slightly higher spinning for me at 6,035 spin rate, so it is spinning a little bit more. Just feels incredibly forgiving. I mean, I know I pulled that a little bit on that one, so it's gone a little bit further, but I'm really surprised at how easy that golf club is to hit. So I'm going to just give it a couple of more hits there. Okay, that was actually a much better swing and strike. Spin rates are definitely higher for me, so that's just, I can see that would be a slightly better ball flight. I mean, I've been somebody that really has spun the ball pretty low most of my life. But it's an incredibly forgiving club. I must say it just feels so easy behind the ball as you strike it as well. Numbers are pretty good. I haven't launched it exceptionally high, but one of the things that you've got to look at and factor in is when a player puts the club down, we can react and respond differently, because this does look like, for me, that it's really just going to launch it really high. So I might be just de-lofting a little bit more, or I might be just hitting down on it a touch more than I normally would. Okay, that was a really poor strike again. Really hit it low on the face and a little bit towards the heel. The spin rate jumped up a little bit because of the lower strike on the face. But again, really got away with it. Didn't lose much ball speed. I'm actually going to give this one more hit here because I haven't really hit a good one yet. I wouldn't blame the club. Again, really forgiving from a dispersion perspective, because I haven't made 3 good swings at all. And you know, on a green like this, which is fairly tight, I would have probably hit from a direction perspective, hit the green twice out of 3 times. The first one was not a great strike, so it wouldn't have got to the green. Okay, so that was a better one. And that one was a better strike. Could see the launch increase a little bit. So yeah, I must say, just such an easy golf club to hit. It really, really looks forgiving, and as you put it behind the ball, you just get the sense that the ball just wants to launch with it. Having hit both of these clubs now, I'm really impressed by both of them. The CBX, if you're somebody who's a mid-handicapper to a lower handicapper, I would say this is a club that you should definitely be looking at, certainly giving it a try and test it out. It is really easy to use. I found it was incredibly straight. And also I just found that the spin rates were pretty consistent with it, as well as it was really forgiving because I hit one out of the toe and the distance control was pretty good, so maintained its distance control well. And then the other one, the HB, I think is a club that a lot of players should be using. This club is just so easy to use. I was surprised at how forgiving this golf club is. I've been a player, as I said earlier, that I've really played pretty much most of my life, other than the TA3s that I spoke of earlier, played blades for a long time. So it is difficult for me to look at a club that's got such a unique look, but it's something that you can adapt to when you see that it's producing results. So I think a lot of players should be using this. If you're a guy that's using at least 2 hybrids or maybe 3 hybrids, then you should be looking into a set like this. It's really easy. If you guys are really interested in coming down and giving them a hit, if you're in Dubai, please come down to eGolf Megastore, where you can test them out and you can see them up against your own clubs and you can see the benefit of these clubs. Please come down and see us here. We're looking forward to seeing you. Cheers.